Okay, so I thought it was easier to go ahead and just explain this via a short video. So right now, this is what you have, right? And you talked about the highlights not looking great. The main issue is that your value structure, right? Meaning the difference between your highlights and your darks, okay, it's way too close. So just taking the eyedrop tool, for example, you're saying the chin has a highlight, okay? So that's your color right there. If I double click on that, you can see the black is 52, so that means essentially it's like 48% dark. Okay. Now if I go to a regular color, you'll see it's 47, right? So it's 53% dark. So that's not much. Just to give you an idea, okay, here's an example of an underlit picture, right? Just much more dramatic. So if I click on the highlight here, you can see, okay, it's only 9% dark, okay, 91. And if I click on, let's just say like even just right here, okay, you notice it's 46. Okay, so that is 54%. So that's a difference of 45% between in value between the light and the dark here. Okay, so if I were going to make this look more like a highlight, I would go ahead and make. Actually, it's probably easier to go to Layer, New, Layer, and I would go ahead and change the mode to hard light, and then fill it with a 50% gray. Hit OK. I'm going to take my brush, keep my opacity pretty low. It's at 10% right now. Okay. And let's just start like even here. Okay. Eyedrop tool. Right. You're currently like your skin tone is almost the same as your highlight. So I'm going to bump the highlight way up. Okay. Soft edge brush. Okay. And I would work on this for a while, but oops, wrong one. But if I go into the shadows here, like you can see, right, it's at an 83%. Essentially, you have to subtract, by the way, if this is the kind of like hue saturation, and here's the percentage of black. Okay, 0 would be black, 100 would be white. So it's at 17. So I'd come back in with my brush, and I would go ahead and maybe not quite that dark, but still pretty dark. Start darkening some of the surrounding areas. Okay, so do back and forth, get like a brighter color there. And what I would do if I was doing this, okay, is I would use some type of reference. I would just look up for something that was someone who was underlit, okay, because of what wrong one. What I don't want to do is just make this completely imaginary. It's hard, it's complex to see the lighting, okay. And obviously I would smooth this out because right now it doesn't look great. But now up here we have a highlight. Right? I would probably darken up the hand back here as well. And back here. Essentially what you need to do is really just kind of push the drama. It's supposed to be a dramatic image. And you have some decent contrast down in here, but up in here, and there's other places you don't have very good contrast. So that's how I would do it. And I would spend some time, again, use a reference. That might be a little bit too yellow in some of the highlights, so I might come in. Yeah, that might be a little bit too bright, so either way, the biggest thing is that you need to push the difference between your lower end values and your higher end values, and that's going to be your best bet.